Hello and good evening.
Hello and good evening.
I'm Jitters.
And I'm Hayes.
Thank you for watching and welcome back to our channel.
We are two clingy, hopeless romantics who are sick and tired of thumbing through these bullshit movies that don't get your rocks off.
In a cynical, loveless world, we're here to review and recommend any movies that deem us sexy, and we will help debunk certain myths around love, sex, and relationships.
I'm comforted, at peace. The others are certainly very grand and impressive, but this one is intimate.
And today we'll be reviewing and hopefully recommending The Invite.
Is this a big deal?
Why do I feel like everyone knows something here except for me?
Starring Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, Olivia Wilde, and Edward Norton. It also has a editorial credit from Yorgos Mavroseveridis. The IMDb summary reads, Joe and Angela's marriage is on thin ice. When they invite their enigmatic upstairs neighbors for a dinner party, the night spirals into unexpected places. Jitters, do you agree with that summary?
I mean, it's a little bit because it does give the main points, but with the way the direction had it didn't really come to it's, I guess it's just too general, but I guess the point of that is so that it wouldn't give away too much of the plot, which makes sense. But
Okay.
it's kind of hard because what's her name? Angela, the character's name?
Yeah, Olivia's wild name is Angela.
Angela, it was really her plan. It wasn't just Joe and Angela. It was Angela's plan to
From the jump.
Yeah. Yes. But I'm pretty sure if they write that in the plot, it would give it away as well. So, I mean, I guess I would agree with the plot line.
So up front, this is going to be full spoilers. So we're going to get right into it because I think all the regular reviews said all they had to say without really going into the details.
Yes.
And I think it would do this review more justice if we just went into the details and just openly discuss how we felt about it from start to finish. Some highlights, some lowlights, and does it fit our rating scale that we're going to bring out a little bit. But I think it does, in a way, sum up the movie for better or for ill, because it does take unexpected turns.
Yes, I agree.
But the way the trailer sort of had it, you would have thought it would be taking
a different direction.
Yeah, really unexpected turns, but it was just more unexpected turns. So
viewers, you have been warned.
Yeah.
Spoiler, we're about to go now.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So 3, 2, 1.
Welcome.
All right, so overall, did you like the movie? But before you answer, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
What the hell are you? I'm Batman.
Not everybody stayed from spoilers. Did you like the movie?
Yes, I liked the movie overall.
Okay. Yeah, I did like the movie overall. You know, if I want to judge it objectively, yeah, I think it was a good movie. I think it was well directed. I think it was well acted, and I think it has some sharp and witty dialogue that was probably improv by a lot of the stars and the co-hosts, and you know, they probably workshopped on the day. Olivia Wilde mentioned that when she sat down with Dax Shepard.
In
Um,
that interview.
yeah, in a little 15-minute interview how the movie came together and how collaborative everybody was, because everybody was also a filmmaker. So it was just really easy to get her vision and her point across. And I think she definitely got her point across.
Yes.
I just don't think it was the point that the trailer sold. I think it was,
Absolutely.
since we are getting into spoilers, you know, you've heard the phrase, this could have been an email. This could have been a therapy session.
Yes.
Like, that's,
From the jump.
yeah. You know, Olivia Wilde's vision was, you don't need a foursome, you just need therapy. That's all. And for some people, for this couple, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But for people who are not this viscerally resentful at each other, this could have been a hard conversation one drunken night, and you could have just sat there for like 20 minutes, and you could have just been like, all right, so now what do you want to do? You want to leave? Well, no, I don't want to leave. All right, well, do you want to leave? No, I don't feel like leaving. All right, then.
Well, Hayes, I do agree with you wholeheartedly, but I do believe that's why this movie and film was made in the first place. Because there are a lot of couples who are in Angela and Joe's relationship, marriage even, where they don't even recognize those signs of resentment, or they would feel like this is just normal day to day, or they feel as though this is the only choice they have in the matter.
Yeah, and I hope a lot of couples do walk away at least starting a dialogue. Absolutely. If they feel like they can relate to these characters, and then move on to seeking a session or two, because it really does help. Like, in the beginning of our relationship, we went to therapy, so to work on our communication skills. Huh?
You're going all in.
Yeah, you know, like we can't.
True.
We might as well just disclose that, you know, we did our due diligence to try to strengthen our bond and be able to talk to each other in a uncomfortable but also
open manner.
Yes.
Because we both have been through relationships where the other party just shut down and just refused to listen and refused to communicate. And it just hits a wall. And that is exactly why Angela planned this whole thing, because it was either, what was the wording, baby? It was either we're gonna fuck tonight or something's gotta happen. I forgot how you worded it.
What was it the other day? I think.
Yeah, you said it the other day. I wish I captured it.
I think it was like either we're gonna fuck or we're gonna fight. It was like,
oh yeah, something's gonna come out in fruition. Something's gonna come out of the bag. Either way, that was Angela's plan.
Yeah, either way, something was coming to pass. Like something was getting expressed.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I have in my notes that she is miserable, but miserable in a way that is more intimate. And I guess Seth Rogen's character is more miserable, but it's more existential. I have dysfunction. Like I just wrote down dysfunction. So because like they start off the bat, and you think it's sort of, you know, witty banter, but yes. Yeah, then they get some real jabs in there, and I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like really like this, yeah, like they hate each other.
Yeah. Yes. From the beginning, from the way they move.
Yeah, definitely from how they interact, and I do love the fact that they started the interaction over again. And
that I love. I thought when they did that, I thought they already went through therapy to do that interaction again.
Yeah.
So that really got me to the turning point. Like, okay, so he is willing to listen, or she is willing to listen, but
I think she got it from a podcast.
that's right. They did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she said she got it from a
Yes.
podcast. So that was I love that
I love
little
that.
mention
Me too.
of
Me
how
too.
people will use podcasts for therapy. I
Yeah.
think that's
I think it's wise. I think it's good.
wise-ish.
Wise-ish.
Wise-ish,
I
because there's a lot
apologize
of
then.
grifters out there.
Yes.
You know,
But
not
we learn
not
a
us
lot of things
though.
through podcasting, but I get it. The resources and stuff.
You will
Check
learn
references.
a lot of things through this podcast. I'll tell you that much. All right, take our words gospel. That's what you should do. Yeah, this is very much a pseudo swingers movie, even though there is no swinging that happens. All the swinging happens off screen. Again, like in so many movies that we run into.
Did it happen off screen or did it happen at all? Because to me, it didn't happen at all.
Well, the central conflict for Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde is they hear them fucking like animals upstairs and they want to confront them about it.
That's what you're meaning by it happens out of screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
I think that she is like she's like a little envious of how much it is happening.
Of course.
It almost feels like she knows, but in some ways, like it maybe she had an inkling. Maybe she has kind of an inkling.
Maybe.
Like sometimes when you hear couples and stuff like that, you can tell.
Yes.
Or maybe she said maybe Penelope Cruz's character said it in passing or something like that. Because it was revealed that they set it up this morning and she did not set it up last week or something like that or whatever she said.
That's right.
I thought that was hilarious how she just schemes and just moves the pieces around so that she can come.
I don't mean to play favorites, but can you blame her?
No.
Can you blame her?
No, because they haven't fucked in a year.
A year. That is scary. That is actually, to me, if it's been a week, it's scary to me. So for it to be a year, that's alarming.
If I'm not busting a nut every 10 minutes, I'm gonna run my head through a wall.
That's your standard for it.
Yeah, and we are about due.
Picture of Kellaway's wife.
What? Uh-oh. Margaret! You son of a bitch!
So there is dysfunction in their relationship. We see it happening on full display, and then smash cut to the title, which I really loved. I thought that was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they were out there the entire time, Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton's character, because like some of the stuff they were saying was just so specific and so raw that I'm like
specific. It's
I'm like they're just getting some juicy tidbits right now.
Yes.
Like just staying out there. And they were staying out there the entire time, which, you know, I thought that was smart. And I thought that was very funny because it just added to the tension.
Absolutely.
You know, the same with the musical undertone that adds to the tension of it. The strings and the plucking and just the sharpness of it. Like,
yes. Another thing I like to add for the musical undertones, I believe like real musicians were definitely in this film, because it's almost like they were playing the scene as like a screenplay while you have the musicians just playing along with it. And I think it's genius because the very fact that the musical choices were very simplistic, like they specifically just wanted piano, viola, and some little bit of percussion to emphasize the emotions of what's happening, expressing these characters. And And the very fact that this film only had like I think two specific songs, like actual songs with lyrics and everything, that was a purpose because they really wanted to focus in on the dialogue of the characters. So that's a plus for me on the musicality, on point.
Yeah, I agree. I think
It's just enough. It's not overwhelming or overshadowing the dialogue and the stuff like other
okay,
movies do.
that part I probably disagree with. It's a little in some parts it's a little overwhelming because the
Oh,
scene is doing that. The
oh,
the
okay.
scene is carrying that tension. It's carrying um that sense of dread, discomfort that you get when you see these two people who are bursting at the seams, who just want to scream at each other, trying to hold it together so that one of them can maybe have a foursome.
Well, I 100% agree with her. I don't the term I the term you used is cum starved, and I totally understand what that is like. And at the same time, when you've been a year in of their marriage and there's no sex, and just from the way that they converse each other over like simpler topics, I could imagine for the difficult ones, it's harder for Joe to open up and talk to her, or
Yeah,
even at all, let alone to express her needs and desires like we all have. And circling back to my likes, I think I have listed here is the emphasis on a woman's pleasure.
yes, yes. It was directed by a woman. It was written by a woman, and I think Rashida Jones's signature is all over this. I don't remember the last movie I've seen her. Oh no, I think Rashida Jones also wrote Celeste and Jesse Forever, and I really liked that movie, and I think it was a wonderful little romp that starred an SNL cast member and
Mhm.
um, a Parks and Rec cast member, but I felt like Rashida Jones on SNL a couple times. I could be wrong though. Um, but yeah, that was a very good movie. I think about another divorce. Like it was
Or
another
potential
we're
to
in
it.
a turmoil movie.
It's doing twofold, which is number one, taking away the stigma of divorce and how it actually is, and why we have such high divorce rates, I guess. And the other side of it is, yeah, to kind of like destigmatize the bad effects of divorce. And the other side of it is that like, separate, like people really do need to be separated and to really feel a more loving and fulfilling life and happiness relationship.
Yeah,
Because just like in the invite, we Angela and Joe's relationship, or sorry, marriage is portrayed to be completely enmeshed with each other. Like, that's why throughout the film you understand their choices and their priorities of how they live their life and how they want to live their life, or how they choose to live their life.
yeah, for sure. I would definitely say that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I can't blame her either. It only because of what we know now. In the beginning,
In the beginning,
yeah, I
when
did
you
not like the
first
fact
heard
that she
it,
tried to spring it on him
okay. I
because that's not how you do it. Like, and luckily, Edward Norton, who plays Hawk, and Penelope Cruz, who plays
Pina.
what is it?
Pina.
Pina. Okay. Um, they're the more fiery couple. They're the more passionate couple. They've only been together for like a year and a half, so it's a lot more new. I guess they haven't reached the point where they hate each other to the point where they're at the. I guess they would never ever get to that point because Hawk is a retired firefighter and Pina is a
Fireman.
sexologist. Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, fireman.
I wanted to. I'm sorry. No, I just that he really wanted to correct everybody, so it was just funny, like over and over again. But I kind of get it. So I don't mean to correct you. Like it was more of a joke. But
No. I love it because, like, yeah, kudos to him for being
meticulous.
And what is it?
Funny.
I guess it's a unisex title instead of it being a fireman or a firewoman.
Yes.
Like, so kudos to him for that.
Yes.
But yeah, it was hilarious that he kept correcting everybody every time he did it.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, that
trying to be all inclusive.
Exactly. Yes.
Which we appreciate. Yeah.
Very appreciative.
Yes.
Yeah, you just tell it like who's more annoyed, like. Yeah, I mean, I can't. That's why I can't really blame Joe for not being on board with, with this at first, because it was like everybody was holding a secret over him, and he was the last to know about it, and he blew up, for a good reason, for a couple of times. So, I can't really fault him for that.
Going back to your question with, do I agree of Angela to like set this whole thing up without telling her husband at all? And knowing what we know, I don't blame her. And you're saying, if we didn't know any of that, you would have been annoyed. You would have been annoyed to be on Joe's side.
Yeah.
Okay. Me, even without my knowledge, I still don't blame her.
Shame. Say nah. No, I get it.
It's only because the first few minutes of the movie, I see how they act. I see how he acts around her.
Mm-hmm.
So instantly I knew he just doesn't want to do anything. At the same time, he just, yeah, I can feel his personality from the beginning, that he just doesn't want to do anything, or he just doesn't really care enough to do anything. He just wants to do whatever he wants, however he wants, and everybody has to just deal with it. So, like, in a way, yes, I understand that it's wrong for her to do it, but it's just, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm picking little favorites, but I don't mean to. But it really hit me in my heart, I would say, because I've been through exactly where she's been through, and I might not even trick into having a foursome or something. I would have just left, but I'm different.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like if somebody's going to spring something on you like that, you will want to just leave, because it's just easier to get out of that situation and try to regroup and try to talk about this at a different time, because that is not a good time to talk about something so out there being sprung on you. So I definitely get that. I love the fact that they kept doing innuendos. I love that.
Same. It is an R-rated film. Olivia Wilde's character must have had hints that her neighbors were swingers, and that's why she wanted to invite them over.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that?
So I can understand if I was in Joe's side, I'd be upset because there was no conversation, like full blown conversation about to have anyone over at all. Like I'd be upset if you brought in anyone, not like it doesn't have to have like a purpose of it, but just having somebody at the home last minute without telling me. Yeah, I'd be extremely upset.
Yes.
But remember, Angela's character, Olivia Wilde's character, she gaslighted Joe to pretend that they planned this for months. That to me is too far.
Yeah.
That to me is too far.
Yeah. I think that was also the bridge that when it turns out she gaslit him, I was like, yeah, no, I don't like that. Like
That's not fair.
it's not, because you don't know how he's going to react, and he kept making it clear that tonight was not a good night. So
Yes.
to
the point that they were arguing.
Yeah, the
In
the
front of him.
entire time. Like I
Yes.
think that also fueled their argument for the night
Yes,
as
yes.
well. Like his
No communication.
his annoyance and her
Wanting to control.
yeah. But she also knew that he was going to fight her on it.
Also true. Yes.
But but that's the thing. That's the running theme about the movie. Like neither party wants to talk to each other and have an actual conversation about what's going on, and it's a good way to keep the story on theme. Um but ultimately I don't know if they resolved that issue. It sort of was just left
Like a bomb.
Yeah.
Like 2 bombs went off after all this time because they choose not to talk about it. Um, do you have any inkling that she tried to talk to Joe about it, but Joe just shuts it down?
No, I don't think she tried to talk to him about it. I don't think she tried to let him know, hey, we haven't been getting it on in a while. I'm trying to bring over this couple. I think she just thought that because Penelope Cruz was going to be involved, that he'd be like, oh yeah, force him. But when you marry a guy like that, that's not his style. Like that's not.
Yeah. Again, depicting this is what it looks like in a relationship, in a marriage, when you don't, when I want to say like you don't accept the person for as they are, but more of like
More like sort of bending them to your will, sort of like hoping that they'll change.
he did complain about that. Yes.
Yeah, do the things that you want them to do. And there's a way to do that. It's just
yes.
not the way she went about it. You just gotta keep talking to your partner about it. Even if the talk is over and over again, because eventually you run into a situation that will be like, oh, that's what they're talking about. That's why they mentioned it. And then it'll stick with you. And then you grow little by little. And over the years, you will put down the hammer and pick up a book because you want to read it together.
Mm-hmm. Well, one important factor, Hayes, that you need to remember is he willing to change?
I think that's why he started playing the piano. I think he felt genuine remorse. I think he felt genuine regret. He immediately went to, because that's what a guy would do. Like that's, if he wants to get the girl back, that's exactly what he would do. He'd do the thing that she loved him for all the way at the beginning to remind her, hey, maybe we can do this again. Maybe we can go somewhere from here. That's why I ultimately liked the movie. Like I ultimately liked it because it ended on a positive note, it just wasn't as sexy as I thought it was going to be, as I was hoping it was going to be. So, you know, that has a lot to do with it. It's just like I'm glad they didn't go. There was no montage of uh him moving out and trying to co-parent and stuff like
Co-parent,
that, and
yeah.
then weeks later they have this big catharsis and they get back together and then they're driving off into the sunset and stuff like that. Like
Very
I'm glad
different.
they didn't do that. um I saw somebody write on Letterbox that uh it was more like a play than a movie, and I agree with that. I think it definitely felt more like a play, like a 3-act play that just went from these few sets with these few characters, and it left the audience with a message to take home and something to think about, maybe even talk about, hopefully talk about. It is encouraged to talk about, because this is exactly why you go see movies like this, so you can talk to your spouse, your significant other, your first date about something like this. Hey, how do you feel about the fact that she tried to
Manipulate.
the entire situation and, you know, get her rocks off, essentially? Like, you know, Mama Bear wanted to come and she wanted to have those screaming what's her name
Orgasms.
again?
With Pina?
Pina. Yeah, the same same orgasms that Pina is having, you know, just earth shattering uh doomsday orgasms, you know.
Well, I like to add that I actually like that it's a screenplay. I'm a musical theater gal. Um, I know it's not fully musical theater, but I appreciate the elements of just four people playing characters and just going about the way that they did. Because even though it's written like a screenplay, the way that the movie was shot with different angles, through windows, through doors, through different points of views from above and below and from zoomed out and zoomed in, you know, where the two couples were standing in between, like I think it's like a wall divider or something in between before the next wall,
Yes.
whatever. It was,
Yes.
I thought that was like genius for the way that they filmed it, because it makes us, the audience, feel like we're in there, like we're in that apartment. Like they really maximize this the space of the apartment to help us really feel like we are one of the neighbors sitting with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we are sitting against the wall and listening to
just
them scream at each
listening.
other.
Uh,
Every time they were on good terms, they were in the same room. Every time they were on
mm,
bad terms, they were in different rooms, and they used that separation and proximity, the changing of proximity multiple times. And I agree, that was very well done, and it really kept me engaged,
absolutely.
and it really yeah, it really struck me as something that to be on the lookout for every time that happened.
Right? Because
Uh,
go on.
no.
Choices matter. How directors and executive producers, like the way you guys choose different certain scenes and different emphasis for the audience to pay attention to, it really shows and counts in this film.
Yeah, I definitely. I loved. I think it was very smart to cast Seth Rogen in this role, because I think it reached an audience that was loving Knocked Up, liking Neighbors. I haven't seen the studio, but Denny did some, you know, Amazon animated stuff, and I don't think he was doing like crazy dramatic roles between those times, but this was a good use of his comedic chops, and it was just enough in his range to take care of the serious roles. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I think he did a wonderful job. I think Olivia Wilde did a wonderful job. She was very awkward and quirky.
Anxious.
Yeah, anxious, yes. Yeah, nervous, excited. Um, Penelope Cruz is my MVP of the movie.
Hmm.
I think she definitely commanded the screen. I loved her character. I loved that she was a sexologist. I loved that she was a
Same.
sexologist that smoked weed. You know, just some of my favorite moments just involved her breaking it down and sort of leaving them speechless.
We're focusing on two couples that portrays what a long term relationship slash marriage looks like when it's working as a team, and one who doesn't, so that people can use this film as a frame of reference to your relationships. Even though there are already films and shows depicting that, sometimes people need a more specific emphasis on a specific example on that kind of focus. And that's why The Invite is perfect, because it just focuses on those two couples.
Yeah, yeah. I think it definitely. I think the strength of the movie is that it is in an enclosed space with just four people, and their personalities um just pull you in to the point where you are just hanging on their every word because you're just excited and thrilled to see what they're going to do next. Um,
Yeah, I agree with the couple, for both couples, right? Pina, Hawk, Angela, and Joe. You can see how they communicate. You can see
mhm.
how they handle conflict. You can also see how they talk about their partner to another person or to their neighbor. You can
Yes.
see
Okay.
for both sides the way that Pina talks about Hawk to Joe, or the way that Angela talks to Hawk about Joe. You know, it's just you can see the differences, and you can also feel from them on how they view their partner. And really, like, if their partner's not around, you know, well, what do they say?
Yeah. How do they behave?
How do they behave? Yes. Another an example I really wanted to point out is the scene where Hawk was looking through the window and he sees Pina showing off her back tattoo to Joe. Even though to some people it feels a little bit off, to me, I felt like there was just trust. Like, it shows how much both Pina and Hawk trust each other enough when they're separate.
Mm-hmm.
Another important factor on why this film was made and why I really, really love about it is that um, when you're displaying the couple, you're also displaying the couple as individuals, like independently. What is their purpose in life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think you definitely saw four distinct characters that brought four distinct things to the table,
Yes, yes.
and I think everybody walked away. Uh,
Learning,
yeah.
like really learning, really knowing, really seeing.
Yeah, because I like the fact I like the fact that Hawk and Pina had problems.
Yes,
I like the fact that they also argued, and you know they got a chance to express themselves in a very confrontational manner, which is kind of weird because like it sort of insinuates that the energy of that kind of relationship is infectious.
Mm. Oh.
You know, because they were like arguing and then they started yelling at each other, and then um, I think things calmed down a little bit. And then Hawk
Yes.
told the story, and then
They apologized. Yeah.
yeah, Seth
To each
Rogen was
other.
mean all over again, and I love that. I love the fact that he did that. I think that was hilarious
Which part?
when he made fun of Edward Norton's character for having a passed away wife who wouldn't peg him, so he met Pina who would, and I thought that was hilarious.
The
That
way he summed up that vulnerable state
mm-hmm.
of how Howard became Hawk, and that even Pina was like, we were just in a vulnerable state, and this is what you got out of it. And like, one side, it is funny. The other side, I can understand. I can understand from their standpoint. Again, the depiction of Joe's character is perfect for me because there are a lot of insensitive, immature idiots out there who would react just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he something that caught me off guard, so I just burst out laughing. I just God, I love how he just turned it on its head. It's cruel for sure. It is. It was a cruel thing that he did because he literally opened up his heart and was vulnerable with these two strangers. And hey, man,
Seth just
sorry,
couldn't help it.
he couldn't.
He could
He could,
not
yeah,
help
because
it.
by that time his back was hurting.
Yeah, he
By
was.
that time, he was ready to call it a night. Yeah, what'd you think of that? What'd you think of the back situation?
It was definitely an excuse to stop. No, sorry, not. It was on purpose.
I think so
It was
too.
absolutely on purpose because you fell over
Like
a chair
forward, yeah, like
as
you fell
you're
forward.
pulling your pants down, but you could have just gone back up, and instead you dragged your ass out of the room, crawling out style,
Yeah, like
in
he's taking
pain.
enemy fire. Like like
Like,
he's crawling in the mud trying to get away from the enemy. Like I love that. I thought that all was hilarious because it was overly dramatic. That's why
yes,
I think it
yes,
was overly dramatic. I think it was
which was the point, yes. But that's how
yeah.
I know it was on purpose to stop
Mm-hmm.
it. He didn't want his wife to have an orgasm.
No, and she was on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, she was
Mm-hmm.
close, just seconds away. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my god, no, just
Like,
keep going, keep going. He's fine, keep going. Oh my god, I love
the
that.
way she's like angled too. It's funny. It's just so funny.
Oh my
Oh.
god, she was so mad. I loved it.
Pina was also mad too. She also looked like she wasn't able to get off.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. It looked like she was annoyed that
Oh.
you know because she also was like, hey, they weren't ready. I knew this was gonna work. I
She
knew
said
today
that
wasn't gonna be a good day.
She did say that, yes.
I'm pretty
Yes.
sure when they were um Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen were arguing inside,
Mm-hmm.
I think they were probably Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz were arguing outside.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, no, this is not a good idea. Listen to that.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't sound like they're ready to open up.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. Another parts I like about the film as it goes is the turning point, the reveal.
Yes.
I did not see that coming, and it is hilarious watching that unfold. Which we just revealed the whole that Angela was coming up with this plan all on her own last minute. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was the whole she does a whole peak show Too hot.
Boy,
Too hot.
boy. What a reveal on top of a reveal.
I know for sure, right? Like, I don't mean you are open, but I know you would not like that
No,
if I don't even at least talk to you about it. Yeah,
no.
yeah. I know
No,
you'd
to
be.
have some cool firefighter looking at your tits every time you walk past the window. No,
No, he ain't having it. No.
no. It like it, if it started happening, like if we were in this situation and it started happening after we met the couple and everything went well,
Okay.
that's more of a form of foreplay, and it's more of a
Okay.
anticipation build. And
However, me and you will talk about it though.
yeah,
We talk about it.
mhm,
We anything we want to do with our lives, but we are afraid that it would hurt the other's feelings. We talk about it anyway,
mhm.
just to because we'll probably find a compromise to it.
Yeah, just as simple as
Yeah.
guess what I saw as I was walking past, or no, knowing you would walk past, you'd look up, you see him looking down at you, you would stop for a second, and then you would just run past, and I'd see you run past, and I'd be like, "Up, he must have saw her naked," and then I'd be like, "All right, well, how's she gonna do it the next time? How's she gonna walk past that window the next time she wants to take a shower?"
I can't believe you, Hayes, because you just you know me so well that you structured down the entire process of behavior of me realizing, recognizing, and then running.
Because you're shy. You're very shy. So like you'd be like, hee hee hee. Oh my god, you saw me.
I cannot with you. Cannot with you. Yeah. So she does a whole peak show, and it wasn't just once. It was definitely a few times. The other reveal is Joe actually went up to complain about the sex.
The best reveal in the movie.
It was the best reveal, and I love how Hawk and Pina held on to these topics until it's the right time to talk about it.
Just
That was genius.
diabolical is an understatement to what they did, because it almost felt like they had a plan for the evening
Yes.
that was just completely different than what everybody else was trying to do.
Yeah.
And I loved every second of it. I ate it all up.
They even described the way Joe was just about to bang on the door, but he was respectful enough to just sit and listen first to be sure before he did it.
He's like he was gonna let it go, and then there it is. Oh my god.
Caught by the ring camera. Shame, shame.
Yeah, I love the way his whole body just shut down after he saw the video. He's like, oh shit. I was like, I
give up.
loved it. Oh my god, that was, yeah, like the twists and turns that you would typically expect from an A24 movie were there, but it was more shenanigans. It was more hijinks.
It's still funny.
Yeah, I thought somebody was gonna get popped in the head. Like I thought, I thought it was going to take a real dark twist, because
Same.
when you see some of these cameras pushing, when you see the way they swing, or
Even the music. When it was like the plucking, rushing, like
yeah,
very quickly. Yeah, that's why I thought it would go to like a thriller level of a movie, or at one point.
essentially, Soylent Green is people. When I saw that A24 was distributing this movie and producing this movie, I thought that we were going to get maybe a Seth Rogen horror, maybe just I think it's one of the only genre he hasn't done like full on. Like, he's done This Is the End, but that's more
drama.
it's exactly it's more horror comedy, and
Ah,
it's definitely more like just a romp. Like it's a spoof on the apocalypse, essentially, with you getting hoisted into heaven to Whitney Houston. I did love the ending, by the way. But yeah, I thought that this was going to be like a real twist to the movie when he was like, "Why does it feel like everybody knows something that I don't?" Like I thought a body was going to like fall out of the closet or something like that. Like I thought, some kind of murder mystery.
mm.
Not saying that what was giving was wrong or anything like that. It's just, when you attach A24 to it,
Of course, you're gonna assume that way.
yeah,
Even the way that the trailer was depicting, it felt like a thriller to me.
like
That could
somebody's going to get
happen.
stabbed. Yeah,
Yeah,
like somebody was going to
yeah.
be like,
Or the neighbor's gonna do some crazy shit to them.
mm-hmm,
Yeah,
yeah. Penelope Cruz is the killer.
yeah. Well, you should at least give Angela and Joe props because they were willing to open to explore, right? Or would you say no because of Joe's
Yeah,
action?
no.
Okay.
The only one who was willing to explore was Olivia Munn because she was so horny that if she wasn't going to come within the next half hour, she was going to strangle someone,
Mm.
which I think would have been hilarious, and I think would have really taken the movie to a new level for me. I just feel like instant classic. Like she couldn't come, so she started killing people. It's like, all right, well, you all gotta. That's a classic to me. I just be like, yes, just standing right up in the theater, the only one giving it a standing ovation because I would have blew my mind. I'd be like, oh yeah, like tagline. No, what is it? All work and no play makes Angela a killer. You know, no orgasms will drive you crazy. Yeah, I love the. What you think of when it was revealed that they in fact were swingers and that they were having a sex party and that they were having multiple people over, and that's where all the grunting and stuff like that prompted him to bang on that door. Um,
Well, well, I liked it. I liked that they were in this film during this time in 2026 that they are really trying to introduce the taboo or the kink BDSM community, and that the way that it's like explaining to vanillas what it's like, or the world of it. I do really appreciate that introduction to it, because it also debunks the whole myth of of jealousy and of trying to weed out all those stereotypes and stuff, because you could see from Peanut and Hawk's character that they seem like a real long-term couple, even though they've only been together for like a year and a half.
yes,
And even with exploring all of these their sexuality and all of their kinks and such, they're not crazy, they're not weird, they're not outright trying to hurt people. So it helps. I really love that they portray that in the film, and the way that they're expressing it to Joe and Angela on that lifestyle and what it's like, and how it's what is it? I had it in my notes they had consent, all those other
mm,
terminologies that people never heard of or understood, and Yeah. Sorry. My first thought was like, I was right. Just from the trailer, I knew that was going to happen. Number one. Number two, I really love the way that they um, depict it, especially with the sexologist explaining everything, explaining a woman's pleasure, explaining openness and
Premenopause.
premenopause. Yes, and like the very fact that it does feel like she's an advocate and care for women and women's pleasure, because it's pretty clear in the society that we live together right now. It's very, very in the society that we live in. It's very much dominant of patriarchy and really focusing, catering to the male and male's ego, etc. And that's one of the biggest things that I loved about this film is the emphasis on a woman's pleasure. It is the ultimate goal. Um, when in a sexual encounter, right, between a male and a female, it is better to help have the woman reach orgasm first before penetration. And it gives a full cycle and experience of both the man and the woman have already was able to be pleased both ways, and it's even more of like a sexual gratification, I'd say, for both parties to come. Um, yeah. Um, all right, so I guess we ran through a lot of what we liked and loved about the movie. Now we're gonna go into the stuff we don't like about the movie.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
I hated the fact that it was sexless. I hated the fact that they talked about it. They told, but it didn't show. What was the rated R?
It was rated R.
Yeah.
It was. Why is it rated R?
Yeah, for what? What was it? What was the point?
Like, yeah, barely made it. It barely made it to like nudity, and no one came. Literally.
No one. Everybody left, but no one came. Like, it totally disheartening. I ain't see anybody get pegged. I didn't see any compersion.
Yeah, or
they didn't even flash back to the 10-person orgy.
Yeah, or even like a full blown swap. That's what I was like. That's what I was thinking was gonna happen based on the trailer.
Did they even kiss? Like when they actually were alone and
when
it
they
was
were
time
alone,
to
they didn't
do the
kiss.
thing.
Neither of them kissed. Neither kissed the other.
Okay.
The only person that kissed each other was Pina and Angela. Only because Pina wanted to kiss her.
That is very true. Okay. All right. So they did try to do a little tease in there. Yeah. Like, ooh, you see we did a little girl on girl, right? Imagine what we're about to do. And it's nothing. Okay. All right. Well.
So that's also my complaint. Like, you want to, like, it is nice and lovely that they introduce a lot of these taboo topics of the openness, but it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to like talk the talk and not walk the walk. Like, you talk a lot about the sex and sexual desire, but what we need in this society today, we need a physical example to show what that lifestyle is like and why, it's not like, I don't know, like crazy as people think it is.
Yeah, there seems to be a stigmatization rising.
Like, assuming that like swingers are terrible people, or like,
it's just there's so many movies, especially that we're like, because we're trucking through movies on Tubi, and I'm hoping that
yes,
whether through our letterbox or through other means, we'll give little tidbits of what we think about those movies as well, because so many of them are just therapy sessions wrapped in the promise of a very sexy time. And on the one hand, I understand why you would have the hook be, oh my god, are these four people gonna fuck? Or why you would why you wouldn't like tell your audience up front that it's going to be more heartfelt. I guess if they tried to give the movie away more,
it wouldn't bait a lot of people to go out and watch it and see what happens at the end.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because then people be like, okay, so this isn't really about the sex. It's really about these
Commitment.
yeah, these two people in a relationship trying to see if they could and should survive. And
Stay together. Yeah.
I think in that arena it succeeded, but I think you could do both. It's 2026.
There are
And
movies out there with that example.
yes, there are movies out there with that example. Like Secretary is a good example of that.
A good old fashioned orgy.
Is a good example of that. So like there are movies that allow you to explore the emotional side
And
of
physical.
yeah, and physical
Both.
side of a really tense and resentful relationship. I also like to throw out the movie Short Bus. I think deals with resentment and not being able to come in a long time. It stars a woman who is married to a man that cannot make her come, and she goes to this little underground sex party to figure out why that is. And in the middle of a New York blackout, she gets her answer in more than one way, and so does he. Like they have their catharsis and was able to show it through sex at the exact same time. So it can be done, and it's a beautiful movie.
Yes.
Short Bus, go check it out. But
I guess the overall theme of this movie is choice. You choose your partner. You choose what to do, what to say to your partner. You choose your partner at all. Like, you know, for to bring in like kink and BDSM and stuff, it's the same depiction as they don't need a kid, they don't need an orgy, they need therapy. But now
yes,
that they were given this free therapy session, they were given this free therapy session. Now they get to go on about the rest of their relationship or marriage in a more subconscious mindset. But to me, um, it just it feels off. It felt like the neighbors were being used. It felt like um, even at the end, even at the end of the decision, I thought that they were going to get a divorce, but they
yeah,
showed that they end up just still staying together anyway.
yeah,
So did they really learn a lesson to it, or they're just now just choosing to be together, but will there still be resentment? Will those old habits come back? Like,
make no mistake, they needed to have that conversation. That conversation was a must. But I don't think they needed to use these two people to get to it.
yeah, I don't think they needed that to happen.
Yeah, I guess for the context of the story and what they were trying to accomplish, I just wish that it wasn't used. I just wish that ethical non-monogamy wasn't used
That's a greater term for that. Yes.
as a way to
As a straight cut answer.
no, as a way to dig deeper into the relationship
Mm,
and ultimately decide against it. Like it's like a trial separation, and they're like, you know what? Ultimately, I think we deserve, or I think we should be together. I think we belong together.
mm.
Yeah, it's just so. reserved and so uptight. Like
Vanilla.
yeah, it's such a vanilla way to tell a story. Like you can do both. Like
Yes.
that part just really bothered me. So
Me too.
that
Yeah.
was like the main thing. Like because it was like, oh, are they going to do it? Is everybody really going to get involved in it? It just takes this turn, which I don't have a problem with per se. I just have a problem with maybe the execution because it just felt like they were teetering on the edge. They both didn't really want to do it, even though she kind of, Olivia Wilde's character kind of really wanted to do it, but I think she would
Yes.
also had a lot of regret at the end,
Yes.
which would have really put a strain on their relationship. And I don't think Seth Rogen is ever going to go through it. I think there was going to be one way or another he was going to sabotage that because
Yes.
that's just was his character. I don't think that's why he also started screaming to have them come out there. It's like you're not slick.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, that's the conclusion of how we feel and the thoughts of it. Would you like to pull out our rating list, Hayes?
yes. So this is our rating system. We don't rate movies on whether or not we like them. We rate them based on a different parameter.
Do I make you horny? Randy? Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah, do I?
Liking a movie is one thing, but liking a movie that will bring some really good memories to your evening, your weekend, your vacation, whatever you want to call it, whatever time you can steal away with your partner and share those intimate moments. We hope to cultivate and gather up all those types of movies and style of film that will really set the mood right. Whether you're just doing a couple thing or maybe if you got some guests over who you're thinking about having a foursome with. Either way, this will allow you to go, should we put this on the beginning of the night or should we put it on at the end of the night? And for a movie like this, it's definitely more of an end of the night movie. It's definitely more of a rainy Sunday afternoon movie. Like, I like that it was funny. I like that it was sort of heartfelt at the end. I like the fact that it seemed like instead of running from the relationship, they are going to rebuild. But for me, it's unfuckable.
And no, that wasn't me.
Maybe the hair makes it sound like baseball.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you hear with an
Like,
accent.
fuck you.
Okay.
Wait, really? That's your real rating?
Yes.
Oh wow. Well, as a passionate couple, I totally understand where you're coming from, Hayes, about the way that the movie is depicted. I'd say I've been tricked.
Okay.
Especially that because the trailer, like, not to say that I didn't enjoy the film at all or any of that. It's just the trailer, I know the trailer is like a window to what the movie is and it could or could not be, but it still felt like it robbed me from what I thought was going to happen. And that's essentially like tricking somebody.
Yeah, like Seth Rogen is one of the main players in the aughts.
He filmed Zack and Mirren.
Make a porno.
Yeah.
Knocked Up.
Yes.
40-Year-Old
Very
Virgin.
raunchy films. Yes.
Like, what happened? like what? Why just stop?
Yeah.
Like what? You know?
Why introduce all of those topics if none of the physical action was going to be shown?
Exactly. Like so ultimately, in general, I don't think the movie went far enough.
Yes, it could have been.
Yeah, it felt like act. I want to say act one of a play, but it definitely felt like it was brushing over some things that it had plenty of time to flesh out. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yes. I think even the buildup was too long, wouldn't you say, Hayes?
Yeah, yeah.
The
I
build to
would say
that.
the build up is a little too long, and I think it was sort
Mm.
of wasted. I think they could have got to some things a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not that you shouldn't go see the movie. I think the
Mm-hmm.
movie is well made, well shot, well acted. So I think there is a lot that you would like about the movie. It's funny as hell,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
you know, but this isn't. It's not Netflix and chill worthy. That is for sure.
Okay.
Because it ends up you're going to end up just sitting there having a real serious conversation about some real serious topics, and
Which is wrong. It's just this kind of movie is for that
yeah,
purpose.
exactly. This movie was made to be a gateway to either having a hard conversation or
Mm.
therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people should go to therapy. I think a lot of couples should go to therapy.
I think everyone should go to therapy,
Yeah,
single
yeah,
or not.
yeah, single or not, yes. Um,
That's just
but
my opinion, though. But go on, Hayes.
yeah, no, that's it. Like, objectively, I like the movie, but it's just not sexy. It's not sexy as it could have been. It's not as
Yes.
sexy as it should have been.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why this topic is still being broached like it is so far fetched and so taboo when we went through an entire decade of movies that showed a celebration of that form of sexual expression. Once again, a good old fashioned orgy did a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no one was married and no one had, kids and things of that nature. But
They had the plot. They had the turning point. Everyone became vulnerable, open to because they were sharing what they need to be shared, and that's what got them to fully embrace each other openly and within their nakedness.
mhm.
And either twice or three times, we thought in the film it would turn that way, and it didn't. That's why I still put it as I've been tricked.
There were
And
so many times where it could have easily turned into just a little bit, just
like a hint, like even
yeah.
yeah.
And
But
I'm sorry.
no. I, it's honestly that part was just disappointing to me.
Yeah, we're adults. Like
Yes,
we're going to the
you.
movies to see something sexy that we can put on later, as a good time when, we want to remember that time that we went out to the movies and, use it as foreplay and use it as a form of connection.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is hard to put. Like I said, Sunday afternoon, rainy. You put it on. You have a good conversation. You light the blunt up. You hit the wine.
Mhm.
You have a good talk. Um, and then you put on an actual sexy movie, and
Mhm.
you reconnect in ways that Mother Nature intended.
Absolutely.
So, um, thank you for watching. please be sure to like and subscribe, because that shit is real. It really does get you pumped into the algorithm, and we're trying to get our little canoe up that algorithm river so we can get out to the algorithm ocean and enjoy all those precious fish views, if that makes sense.
And again, to our audience who are new, um, if there are any like questions on sex, love, relationships, and that those questions you feel too shy or too scared to ask around your family or friends, you can email us.
Yes.
Or like follow us, subscribe to us,
Yes.
because we will be those adults to talk to you straightforward and head on about those conversations. And that's exactly why we made movie reviews, to depict and portray those examples. And we want to help our cynical world to fill with more love.
Absolutely. Our links will be in the description. Follow our letterbox, our Instagram. Once again, subscribe on here, because we're going to be doing more romantic movies, spoiler talks, episode reviews, things of that nature. Because you can find it anywhere, and I think it's just easier if you can have someone dig through the crates so they can find you a good playlist, and you can just pop that thing on and just rock out for the night. Um, most of it's going to be at Jitters and Haze ADV, Instagram Jitters and Haze ADV. Our letterbox is going to be Love Nest Reviews, but like I said, the link for all that will be in the description. Please share this video, let other couples know that we are your sounding board. Let us be your sounding board. We will be the ones that can either guide you through this or walk with you through this.
Either way.
Yeah, more than helpful to do it because it's a lot of fun. So once again, thank you very much for watching.
I'm Jitters.
And I'm Haze.